Hello again, everybody. I'm Ron Futch in San Francisco for QTV News Online. Well, we're here at the premiere for Milk, the movie about the life and legacy of slain gay civil rights leader Harvey Milk. Media from around the world is lining the red carpet. No on Proposition 8 supporters are chanting in the background from across the street. And the word Oscar is being tossed around here on the red carpet tonight. Your reaction to the night?
It's nice. It's like a real big premiere. It's very nice.
You know, I've been hearing a lot of people say that who haven't seen the film, say it is definitely Oscar worthy. How do you feel about
people that haven't seen the film?
Who haven't seen it, who've just seen the trailer. So how does that make you feel?
Good. I think I'm glad they have that opinion.
And throughout the process, what's it been like to be in San Francisco and to be a part of this legend and legacy of Harvey Milk and telling that story? What's it been like for you?
It's been really great. The city was really great in helping us, and it was special to be able to tell a story of a guy who started small and affected change in his city and represented his community.
Is there anything that you thought about while directing the movie that struck you and still stays with you as a sort of a core message behind the film?
Well, I think that, the grassroots side of things, that you can do it. You can affect change in your community. You can run for office too.
What's your reaction to the night?
Oh, I think it's incredible, the fact that we were able to shoot the film here. The story took place here 30 years ago, and here we are having the premiere of the film here. It's something pretty special, I think.
What was it like working with the cast and the crew to put together the Milk movie? What was that like for you?
It was an incredible process that was spearheaded by Gus Van Sant, and he's such a calm, smart, intelligent guy that he made it fun for everybody. So we were just having a blast the entire time, and some of the most fun I've ever had.
Are there moments that will resonate with you for a long, long time to come?
Watching Sean do a lot of the speeches that he does in the film was really, you felt like you were in a time machine or something, Yeah.
Wow. So last question. I know things are getting a little bit crazy, but so you're happy about tonight and the outcome of the reaction to the film?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How's it been for you, this experience of being involved with the Milk movie?
Wow, it's been amazing, a great experience, It's amazing to know that you're part of a film that matters, so much to so many, and that the world needs to see. It's a film that I think it's going to change people's lives, and it's a story I want everyone to know. What Harvey did and the amount of change that he created and that he started, it's unbelievable, It's a story of a real hero. So I just know I'm really. We say afortunado in Mexico, because I had the chance to work with a great director I admire a lot, one of the best actors you can ever meet in a set, and I had the chance to tell the story of a guy that changed the world, and that he probably is going to change the world again with this film, so it's perfect.
Change is the operative word, it seems.
Yeah.
If Harvey was here, he'd be leading the fight against Proposition 8. This is exactly the kind of thing, as we saw back in the days of Anita Bryant. And I mean, it's amazing how cyclical it all is. But how appropriate is it that we are here, standing strong as a community, doing exactly what Harvey taught us to do, and memorializing his incredible legacy at the same time.
Wow, well, I'm hearing a lot about the Oscar word cropping up with this movie. What do you think?
Oh boy, I would be thrilled, but I'm hardly an expert. You would know a lot more about that than I would, but boy, would I be thrilled, and I'm sure it would be well-deserved. I'm one of the openly gay elected officials, and I'm so proud of the legacy that Harvey Milk started, so many years ago, and we're here to benefit from his hard work, his incredible life, his incredible victory that he made for our community. And here we are in San Francisco enjoying this wonderful evening and this wonderful film, this incredible tribute to him that's so long overdue.
I've heard rave reviews about Sean Penn. He's one of my favorite actors, and I love the movies. So I'll be looking at this not just from an emotional perspective, being a San Franciscan, but also as a critic. Let's see what kind of movie it really is. So I'm excited about that.
Well, you know, the irony of it all, No on Prop 8 and Harvey Milk, it just seems to all come together under one roof.
Yeah, it's coming together. The timing couldn't be better. Here we are in the midst of a close election, a great struggle. But when you look back and look at this, when we see this movie, it's sort of a reminder of the struggle and what other people started and how we're all in this together fighting for equality.
As the supervisor representing the Castro, I get to experience so many of Harvey's legacies. I get to look at all the institutions in our district that are named for him, the library, the rec center, the Harvey Milk Plaza here, all the different ways in which Harvey's been remembered in our community. But Harvey has other legacies as well, being out and being the first out gay man as an elected official and how he blazed a trail. His other legacy is building coalitions. I think that's something we always appreciate about Harvey, is that no one in terms of gay civil rights had built bonds like he did with communities of color, with environmentalists, with people who supported transit, so renters. I mean, he just had an ability to build coalitions, and ultimately I think that's what's made the difference in our movement, is that we started to forge common bonds with other communities battling for civil rights or battling for justice, and I think that is something that he had a very clear vision on, and I think again he charted a path. So I think of Harvey as not just having one legacy. One thing I also love about him, as I've tried to do this job, is he was very open about himself. I mean, you know, his romances, you know, he was very open, and I've really tried to open myself up and to be just who I am as a gay man in this job, and to pursue whether it's love or whether it's having a child, you know, what I want to realize in life, and to recognize that people can see my flaws and I don't have to be afraid of that. And I think that Harvey was not, he wasn't an angel, and so I love that about him.
And I think that Sean Penn is going to portray him very well. He looks to be a dead ringer for.
Amazing. You know, it wasn't something that when I first heard the casting decision, I just wasn't sure. But as I've seen the trailer and heard things, it was amazing. I saw Tom Amiano this morning, and he had the opportunity Sunday night to see the film with Gus Van Sant and a handful of people, and Tom portrays himself 30 years ago, and it's an amazing opportunity for Tom. But Tom said to me that he didn't expect the film to affect him like it did in terms of coming to City Hall. And when you come, you follow things at City Hall. When we go in the back door to the board chambers, that's literally 10 feet from where Harvey was shot by Dan White, and it did have that effect on Tom. And so I'm wondering myself, I'm a little trepidatious, because I come in contact so many people in city government. There are 2 committee clerks that worked with Harvey 30 years ago, and I'm trying to make sure they get to go to the next preview of the film.
I think the timing of this movie, in terms of its release, is significant and important, because it will provide an opportunity for people who don't know to understand that, Harvey Milk was a man who cared deeply, who had an incredible amount of courage, but who loved deeply and wanted to be just treated like everyone else. And being a child of the civil rights movement, one of the I think strengths of that movement was the requirement and the ability of communities to come together and fight for the rights of others. And that's why I'm here, to say, you know what, we're all in this together. And when any one of us is being treated unfairly, it's incumbent on all of us to get together and stand up for that.
It's amazing how it seems so full circle, that the No on Prop 8 and the Prop 8 controversy and fight is going on at the same time that the movie is premiering.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe it's no coincidence, I think, that they have tried over and over again and have failed to pass this initiative. I think that we are looking at a time where, unfortunately, they've now pushed this initiative along, even though the California Supreme Court has spoken. The California Supreme Court has reviewed the law, understands the Constitution, and has said that this is not in keeping with our values as a country around equality and fairness. And I hope that we all do everything we can to defeat it, because it really is about saying that we believe in the greatness of our country, and we will fight for its ideal, which is that we'll all be treated equally.
I'm thrilled, and my heart is full, and I have a smile on my face, and all of those things are true to the kind of leadership that Harvey Milk exemplified, not just for this community, but for all communities seeking uplift, social justice, with a joke and a smile and the willingness to work hard and struggle for what's right and important.
I'm so glad you play yourself in the film.
Well, you know, I always make, Brad Pitt had a contract dispute, so yeah. No, it was quite an honor to be asked to just, be in it and see it up close and personal. And it's very, very, very good. It's powerful for people who knew Harvey, and I think it's going to be somewhat transformative for people who didn't and learned about, particularly younger people. That's what I'm excited about. And it's all there. The drama of the movement itself was all happening around Harvey, and the movie captures that. It has that little electricity.
Isn't it interesting? An interesting circle that we're in with the No on Prop 8 and the Harvey Milk movie and what Harvey stood for.
It's amazing how it strikes you. It's so transparent. It's like, oh, did they make this up? Because just substitute, Proposition 8 for Proposition 6. It's the same title, shit. And using kids against gay people and all that stuff and ignoring what people really feel. It's a vanity campaign, that's costing people a lot of money. And I think will cost people, some people, their lives. Because, there is a way that this increases violence. It's okay, that kind of thing. So hopefully we'll beat the crap out of it and not have to worry. Prop 6 we didn't know till that night, and we thought it was going to win, and it lost 2-1 statewide, and I think that's what's going to happen with Prop 6.
It's a dead heat.
Yeah. But I think it's ours, but we got to work hard.
Speaking of winning, and do you think that the Milk movie has a chance at the Oscar?
What do I know? But I think so, definitely. There's a number of performances in there that are outstanding. Josh Brolin as Stan White, and then Sean Penn's the way he transformed himself into Milk, and Sergio Luna. There's a lot. And then the direction, let's not forget Gus Van Sant. And of course, Cleve Jones playing a queen at the Twin Peaks. Brilliant.
I'm just so in awe of the people who made it happen. I've been trying to see this day for 18 years, but when it finally came together so quickly, with the most amazing talent. Sean Penn is unbelievable as Harvey. It's way more than the tone and mannerisms. He really inhabits the character, and it's extraordinary. The same of Josh Brolin, Emile Hirsch, James Franco, Alison Pill. I mean, they're wonderful people, and every single person associated with this production, I'm talking everybody, the caterers, the security guards, the producers, the director, the cast, they wanted to be part of a film that mattered, a project that could make a difference. And it was one of the most lovely experiences of my entire life.
Oscar worthy, you think?
Oh, no question. But let's not jinx it.
I hear you play a mean role.
I have a few cameos.
Okay, we'll have to wait and see.
You may or may not recognize me, but I'm all over this.
Any hits? Can you give us some?
No.
Dream come true. Proud, and really I think everybody owes a great debt of gratitude to Cleve Jones, who really put this together, all the creative elements and the dream for 20 years, and Sean, of course, and Gus, and Lance, the writer. It's just amazing.
Is this something you think Harvey would have wanted, Gilbert?
Oh, God, yes. Are you kidding? I think so. Big time. It's a dream come true. Harvey Milk lives. This is wonderful. And now a whole new generation of people will, know him.
Well, you were part of all of that push in the early days.
I'm still part of it. Okay.
Always will be.
Always will be.
Didn't just fight for our civil rights. He was fighting for the civil rights and dignity of working people and middle-class people, and fought for our neighborhoods and for our schools and for public transit. He really was a very courageous man. He did say that should a bullet ever enter my brain, let it shatter every closet door. He knew the risk to his own life when he took public office as an openly gay man. But he did so because he knew how important it was to give hope to those who were coming up behind him, to the kid from Altoona, Pennsylvania, who needed something to inspire him to be able to pursue hopes and dreams and aspirations that every human being should be able to have. And of course also paving the way so people like me could serve in public office after him.
Do you think this is Oscar-worthy film?
I have not seen it myself, but I have heard from those in the industry who have seen it that it is Oscar material. And you know, I did author a bill this past year that reached the governor's desk, which would have created a state holiday on Harvey's birthday each year here in California, Harvey Milk Day. Arnold Schwarzenegger vetoed that bill with a message saying that he respected the intent of the bill, but thought that Harvey's life should continue to be celebrated at the local level where it had its most impact, not understanding that Harvey Milk's life story is a national and international story, which this movie will soon reveal. But there's one thing Governor Schwarzenegger does understand, and that's box office receipts. And once this movie takes the world by storm, and probably earns an Oscar or two, that when we get the bill to his desk again next year, I suspect he'll sign it.
It is an exciting night, and I hope people are not feeling like we're being invaded by Hollywood. It's sort of that sense right now, but I think we're being honored by Hollywood. I mean, something happened here that didn't happen anywhere else in the world. A man lived and challenged the system and then was really martyred, and Hollywood is honoring him, and we're all here to do exactly that. You know,
It seems like we've sort of come full circle in a way with the No on Prop 8 and the Milk movie and what Harvey stood for.
What's that movie Perfect Storm, where all these things come together? And of course that was a disastrous storm, but this is a storm that is just full of energy and it's going to whip us into the next level. I mean, aren't we all here because of the things that Harvey did, that Jose Sarria did, that Phyllis and Dell did? I mean, we're walking on their shoulders, and they'd be so happy tonight.
You know, one of the things that someone mentioned to me earlier is that they hope that the message is getting across to the young people tonight. What do you say about that?
Oh, absolutely. I remember an incident several years ago. I was walking by Harvey's restaurant here, and these two guys were out front, and they said, "You want to eat here?" "Well, Harvey's, I don't know. What is that?" I think it was a guy, and I overheard it, and I had to stop. I had to say, "Hi, I'm Donna, and I live here." And, you know, it was Harvey Milk, and I had to fill them in. I mean, they did not have any idea. So we do need this on a national, international basis to make sure that name survives, and Arnold Schwarzenegger should have signed that thing to make his birthday a holiday.
Absolutely.
What? Listening, Maria?
And, you know, Sean Penn, how better can we get than Sean Penn?
Oh, our expectations are so high. He's probably nervous, you know, because it's like, you know, you're playing the part of a saint to us. I mean, this guy did so much, and he was determined to keep him human and show all of the sides of Harvey. So I'm anxious. I trust it'll be excellent.
You think, Donna, that it's getting the Oscar nod? Do you think it's going to go in that direction?
I see 6 nominations.
Wow. That's quite a prediction.
Jan sees 7, I think. Well, I see 6. Between us, we'll figure it out, right?
Well, yeah. That's an exciting night. You look wonderful, as usual.
Well, I took the slogan seriously. It says, "Never blend in. I don't plan to."
You never will.
Thank you, honey. We continue.
Come to fruition. It's here now. You think the message will get to the younger generation?
I hope. You know, that was his idea, to kind of give hope to the next generation of Harvey Milks. And if this film doesn't do it, I don't know what will.
Yeah. Someone just asked me about Prop 6, way back in 1978, when the forces of darkness were trying to prevent gay people from teaching in the public school system. And it seemed grim at first, until we enlisted the assistance of people who were really concerned about our issues, whether they were gay or straight, and who recognized the unfairness of prohibiting a class of people from performing in our society. This is, in a sense, the same thing. But we've come 30 years from that time, and we've learned 30 years worth of humanity. So I feel very confident about Prop 8. I feel very confident that films like this one are going to increase the opportunity for people to become educated about what it means to be gay, And so I'm looking forward to a future of enlightenment.
Well, of course I'm here to support my friend Sean Penn, who invited me and who's a huge supporter of my campaign. And so I'm here to support him. And I just think that Harvey Milk's story needs to be told, and that, you know, it's a story of perseverance and prevailing over so many obstacles. And I kind of feel a little, you know, a little in sympathy with his struggle.
It's quite a poignant night, isn't it?
Yes, yes it is. I mean, this is where it started, and the tragedy of what happened so many years ago is still has repercussions here in San Francisco, but also his legacy of what he built here is just so strong. And I was living in Southern California at that time, and, you know, it was just something that inspired people all over the country.
It's also interesting that the movie is coming out at a time when the nation politically is going through so much. So it seems fitting that this movie would be a part of this change.
Well, I hope it inspires people to stand on principle and integrity and to just persevere through all kinds of obstacles. Because I think, like you said, we're heading into a very frightening period in our country, and we're going to have to stick together and stand strong to get through it.
It's an amazing night. It's an amazing night for San Francisco. It's an amazing night for the LGBTQ community. And it's an amazing night for anybody who's ever felt different for a moment in their life. Because I think people are going to walk away from the message of my uncle, which is inclusiveness, which is that your difference is the medicine that the world needs, and no one else can duplicate that but you. And it's about time that our society moves that. So this is the beacon of light that shines that message.
You think your uncle is looking down on this scene tonight and smiling?
God, is he looking down? I mean, really, he's just beaming, because this was really his message, which is embracing and celebrating everything that makes us different, that at the end of the day makes us stronger, and party and have a good time while you're doing it.
Wow. So he would be proud of tonight and all of its glitz and glamour.
Oh, absolutely. He loved glitz and glamour. So
wow.
Every time he skipped down the red carpet in City Hall, he loved glitz and glamour. So this would have been a perfect red carpet for it.
Wow. Now, you know, I've been saying a lot about it being full circle with the No on Prop 8 and then the Briggs Initiative back when Harvey was alive. Seems like a big full circle to me.
It is. I mean, I don't know if anyone would have predicted we were talking about marriage, but I think it is full circle that we're still talking about people who are using fear and who are fighting people's rights based on fear. And we have it in Florida with a Proposition 2 there. We have it here with 8. And so it is full circle, because we still have that one part that people can tap into, which is being afraid, again, of our differences instead of embracing them. But I do think we'll win. I think Prop 8's going to lose. I think Prop 2 in Florida is going to lose. And I think we're going to start to see a movement of that inclusiveness.
Okay, now speaking of winning, do you think the movie has that Oscar shot?
I do. I absolutely do. I really do.
Okay. All right, we're gonna hold you to that prediction, and we're gonna wish for the best for that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And really, it is the community and everyone who's behind Harvey's legacy that has kind of been the energy and kind of the actual mystical force behind this.
Wow. Well, it shows.